Hello and welcome back to Johnson Branch Farm. My name is Rachel and today I'm going to show you one of my New Year's goals. This year on the homestead, I really wanted to make our own compost. That is a huge expense here on the farm. It costs us anywhere from $400 to $600 a year for compost. That's a lot of money. So now that the beds are in and we're doing no-till, all I really need to do is produce enough compost to add to it. I may not reach that goal with this system, but I can at least try, and anything I make is less money out of our pocket and less that goes to waste. So it's a win-win. So I'm going to show you where I'm starting. I am starting with a Bokashi system and thought that makes total sense. I can totally do this, and it gave me the confidence I need to do it. What you do is we've got these 5-gallon buckets that I got from Tractor Supply. Now you can buy a Bokashi system on Amazon. It's just a lot more money. Here on the homestead, I am working on being as frugal as possible. So I picked up these buckets from obviously Tractor Supply. I think I have a total of $8 between the bucket and the lid. I got 2 of them. And then I purchased these little spouts. I got 2 of them for $8 on Amazon. I could have bought two Bokashi buckets and the bacteria for $135. So I'm still coming at it. So what you'll need if you're going to do it this way, I'll link all this down below. I'll link the little spout I found. Just opens it up. This drains off the liquid that will form, and you don't want it sitting in liquid and saturating it because it won't do what it's supposed to do. So essentially what you do is I keep this little bucket, compost bucket, underneath my kitchen counter, and I fill it up as I'm cooking and going through the day. Allegedly you can do meat and cheese in this system. I'm not brave enough to try that. I'm just going to stick with vegetables. However, you can do onions, so I have put onions in here. But what you do is you fill up these buckets. So you don't want to keep opening the lid and throwing scraps in. You want to open the lid the least amount of times as possible, which is why I have this right here. I can throw just random little scraps in, and when this gets full, I can then empty it into the bucket. Every time I empty my silver compost container into the bucket, I'll just sprinkle a little bit of this. And this is full of beneficial little microbes, and basically what it's doing is it's fermenting the waste. Fermentation leads to good bacteria, which leads to breaking down the compost, as well as putting good bacteria into your soil, into your garden. So, seems like a whole big process, but this gives it a huge jump start when you're composting. I've never done any of this before. I'm taking you along with me. It's all new, so we're gonna try it together, or we're gonna fail together, or we're gonna be successful together. I'm hoping we're gonna be successful together. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this bucket. Normally, I would keep these on my porch outside, but it's freezing out there. It's like 20-something degrees, and I'm not sitting out there freezing recording this video. So, for the sake of my warmth, I'm gonna do it in here. These are not gamma lids, these are just regular lids I got at Tractor Supply to go over the buckets. I have seen suggested doing it where you drill holes in the bottom of your bucket and then you set it in another bucket and then you can pull this out and drain it off. I don't think I'm going to be strong enough once these are full to fully empty that. So the whole reason for the spout is to be able to drain off the liquid. Then you can mix that liquid into your water and water your garden with it, and it makes great fertilizer too. So there you go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and empty my little compost bin that I keep under the sink into here, and then I'm going to sprinkle some of this on top. Like I said before, the goal is to not keep opening this. The more you open it, the more oxygen that gets in. It just interferes with it, breaking it down. That's why I'm using this little silver bucket. I will fill that up and then empty it into the bucket, and I'll still keep it on my porch. So this is just an up close picture of the little spout that we used. Aaron started off by drilling a hole in the bucket. A 1-inch paddle bit was the right size to make the hole that we needed. The little spout comes with the rubber pieces that go on each side of the bucket, and it just pretty much forms a seal. So you just start by putting that on first. And then you'll do that same thing for the back side of the spout, which will be inside the bucket. And then you just make sure it's nice and tight. Now that we've walked you through how to set up your bucket, thanks to my lovely husband, we'll go ahead and start filling it. Oh, that's right. Luckily, this little metal bin, I have it linked down below, comes with like this filter so it doesn't smell, because that's pretty rank. And then we'll just sprinkle just a little bit. I have just an old potato masher that I got from a thrift store, and it will live with this. And you want to just mash it down in there, because you fill this up as much as you can. As it starts to break down, it's going to compress down. All right, so we've got it started. I'll keep filling it up and take it from there. I just feel like this is going to be a better use of the waste right now. So once this is full with waste, it's up to the top. I've got all my Bokashi sprinkles sprinkled on there. We'll let this sit for about 2 to 4 weeks. You'll know it's done when a white, like, it almost looks like a mold grows on top. And again, every time I check it, I'll show you the progress. I'll update you. Really, I just wanted to get this video out to introduce you to it and to show you how to set up your own bins pretty inexpensively. One thing the bins had that I don't have, which I might end up having to add later on, is it looks almost like a plastic grate. It just has little holes in it. That's to keep the food scraps up off the bottom and allow the liquid to drain down, so then it's easier to pour off. I might have to come up with something like that later on, but for now, I'm just gonna try this out and see how this goes. That's about it. I'm really excited to get this system in place. I have a large garbage can that I will be collecting scraps in, yard waste, leaves, mulch, and then I'll be able to add this food waste into the compost bin, and then we'll be able to let that sit. And the theory behind this is just to start the breakdown process of the waste and get a jump start on the compost breaking down and adding all of the good bacteria into your compost. It's just kind of speeding the process up, because making your own compost can be very time consuming. You don't need this, you don't need a garbage can. You can literally just throw this out in the yard and turn it every once in a while. I've tried doing that before and I can't get it to heat up enough. It just was not successful. I just ended up having a pile of waste that can attract in, the wildlife. So I think this is going to work very well for us around our homestead. And if you want to give this a try or you have any questions, leave it down in the comment box below. I will do my best to help you with it. If not, I will hopefully be able to point you in the right direction. Thank you so much for watching and following along. May the Lord bless and keep you until we meet again.